So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another scene for Darkness in Dublin, the Mage venue, where for once we will, in fact, zoom in on Morgan's home. There's, of course, the temple and the kitchen on the first floor, but very similar to the arrangement that Callie has. Most of her personal sitting area is upstairs. So she's got the kind of living room setting, but let's face it, Morgan lounges in her bedroom more than anything else. She's probably got a television in there, and her bed is massive. So naturally, the other two can either place themselves there or be on their way. But Morgan is probably lounging around in just a generic comfortable light robe because it's fucking summer, and she almost always has a window open for fucking Kelmore, unappreciative bastard. So much AC that gets out of the house. So she's got like the ceiling fan going, got like the kind of light. I'm not gonna say silk robe, but a light like satiny sort of thing on. The eye patch is probably hanging from one of the bedposts, and she's just lounging. And as always, has munchies. She probably, let's face it, the recent thing has been popcorn. So she probably has a bowl of popcorn propped on the bed and is either waiting for one of them to make attendance, waiting for both of them to make attendance, or just waiting for everyone to get settled so they can all start talking some mad shit. Because that's how they do.
Callie's splayed out on one of the chairs like literally again like a cobra, just slouched over, reading a book, Um waiting almost excitedly, like biting one of her nails with the side of good side of her lip, looking around.
Collins will make his way up from the kitchen. He will be bringing with him a pitcher of drinks and a couple of glasses and some okayly made from the stovetop kettle corn in a big bowl. And the drink today is, as it's been hot and summery and full of bluster and a little hate, it is going to be a strawberry and basil mojito.
My man.
And he will pour the ladies a drink. He will pour both glasses and then hand them over simultaneously.
Oh yeah, Morgan will shamelessly stretch her reach off the bed so that he doesn't have to position himself too oddly between the bed and the big armchair that Callie has commandeered. She will happily take the glass.
Callie awkwardly, what she thinks is sexy, but it's awkward, takes the glass off Collins.
He'll smile and kind of place the bowl where everybody can kind of reach it and pour himself a bowl of kettle corn where everybody can reach it, and then he will find himself a seat to kind of complete the pyramid.
Oh, I'm sure there's something like a big old either like one of those big papasan chairs that's practically a nest.
Yes, he'll take that. He will very happily slide himself into a papasan.
They comfy, man.
Oh, I know, I love it.
So, did anyone else start a war the other day? Anyone?
No, I've found out a few things though. About the person in the forest.
Oh, I like yours better.
No, I didn't start a war, but I did meet a hermetic I didn't want to throw under a bridge immediately.
Mm.
Oh, was it she starts snapping her fingers. The one they said was wanted for like all the treason.
Oh yeah, he wanted for everything, and then a few trumped up things, some made up things, and some things he don't even know about yet. I mean, I'd almost feel sorry for that Hogwarts flunk out, but he's definitely. Well, no, I do feel sorry because he's missing a few cylinders in his engine, if you know what I mean.
But I don't want to
Callie,
stab him the whole time.
Callie snorts.
He's a good kid, and I mean that in the best of ways. But I do fear his mouth has acted too much like a backhoe and dug himself a mighty deep and a mighty fine grave. But he's a good kid. I hope the Hermetics don't inside out him.
Man, that'd be a shame. He's the only tolerable one in there.
Right?
Oh, you should have seen some of the beautiful shit he taught.
But looks over to Kali. So do go on. I'm interested to know.
Well, she'll open up her satchel, take out a big notepad where she's been taking notes. The Lady of the Glade. By looks of things, she's tied to this place. A particular glade that I've investigated both to Lorien and in the Umbra side. Both are decaying really badly. Particularly the Umbra. The Umbra is corrupted. The glade itself is now a black hole. The woman there, Lady of the Glade, has obviously been held in some sort of prison by the person who's been responsible for the decaying pieces in the wood. Now, it's clear this person is a mage. The vital part is, she'll say as she flicks one of the pages, the entirety of the forest does, yes, exist today, but without the Guardian and the Umbra reflection will either grow out of control or slowly begin to die, depending on the nature of the realm the Guardian has made its home in. And clearly this place is dying.
Well, not.
Spirits are tied to a particular place or a particular realm and tend to stay there unless summoned or otherwise compelled to go elsewhere. So somebody has influenced that spirit pattern, essentially. They now have her prisoner, which means she can't go to the place that she's normally tied to. Now, what I've been seeing in my dreams is a mention of a poison-dripped rose. It's been the most confusing bit. I've researched the mechanics behind it, and you can make it with enough alchemy or life magic, but I don't know what the significance is.
Of a rose coated in poison.
Hmm.
I mean, it's pretty much the sign for any toxic relationship. Where the thing you love, cherish, and help bring into the world only hurts you, stabs you, and infects you.
That's it.
Blink.
Blank.
Collins, you're a genius.
Well, to some, yes. Others, not so much.
She'll flick her page in her notes. I met one of the spirits close to one of the places that had decayed. They had seen the lady. She seemed more sad as she was taken away. The poison drip rose represents that maybe she has a personal connection with that person who's doing the damage.
Right. So, knowing that, you can kinda ride those mystic threads and find out where the
What I was hoping to do, and I might need both of your help with this, I'm going to go back there in the Umbra, and I can look through time to the exact moment this place started to decay, and what exactly happened. That way the three of us could be able to track him.
I'll get. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Or
We could also then use our combined skills to maybe temporarily slow down the process of the Umbral Realm dying.
and are these for the? This isn't for Mary Jane and Bertha's pride. This is for the glades you found out in the wilds.
Nods.
All right. Well then, I mean, if there's a personal connection, then you should be able to find the right sympathies, and if there's a spirit there, so connected, you might be able to use them. Get the scent for hunting dogs.
Hmm. So I think the three of us should go back there.
I don't know that I can. She kind of makes like across the sheet, you know, the little walking motion with her fingers. I don't know that I can step across like that.
Oh, that's fine, honey. All you gotta do is just hold on real close.
Mm-hmm. Just give Morgan a smile.
I can pull you with
Advance
me.
over. There's an eyebrow waggle because it's kind of obligatory.
I also met another Aetherite with
Oh,
Eliza. Some sort of accountant or something.
Haven't met that one.
There's been mention of some sort of spiritual shift related to what happened with this Project Morpheus. But whatever happened, thousands of souls were killed. And it's obviously affecting the spirit world.
An eyebrow will definitely go up.
We're talking 15 to 20,000 souls at least, Collins, that were wiped out.
Just gone.
Mm-hmm.
That. And he looks like he was gonna say something, and then he stops, and then he definitely is vexed.
Is that even possible?
Apparently, the technocracy infused the souls to use for fuel for one of their ships in the Umbra.
Well, ain't that just rude?
Mm.
It's a good
To
word
nod.
for it.
And what happened, apparently, Eliza led some sort of infiltration team. Apparently, the technocracy, to try and fuel the ship, launched the core. I think that's what she called it. And the souls were... She snaps her fingers.
Poof.
Gone.
All right.
Now, I know I know a fair amount of the spirit world, so it obviously some sort of event like that has its ripple effects. That's probably what's the disturbance is, I would imagine.
That would.
For all your angry little friends on the other side.
Could be. And he'll lean back and kind of nurse on his drink. You can tell he's definitely lost in thought. And that could explain why the dead are so dour. They are. They could feel it, but the Umbra and the Shadowlands, while similar, ain't the same.
Should nod. It's definitely disturbing if the Shadowlands are affected as they are.
I mean, the only thing I can tell with my recent forays into the lands of the dead is there ain't a lot of ghosts. There ain't a lot of anything. Critters done gone into hiding.
Perhaps we could talk to the one called Gravedigger. Perhaps he might be able to give us some more insight. I can do my own research, but it would be better to talk to somebody at least seasoned, and we seem to have an amicable relationship with him.
That man, he sets me funny. He'll sip his drink.
I mean, look at him. I think he sets a lot of people funny. Pops a piece of kettle corn.
Well, he's got a few things here and there, and he keeps souls trapped. He keeps ghosts beholden to his will.
I see. Frown. So
Or at least...
he's denying them the rite of passage to the dead.
Well, at least that's my... He wore some earrings that had some souls trapped in them recently, and he has a ring and chains go floating off into the shadowy ether, and I need to get my hands on it, but I don't think he'd be one to part with it.
Kelly has the most judgmental face. That's even for one in touch with the magic. You should not interfere with the passage of the dead, denying them where they go. She shakes her head.
Maybe a chance to talk to him about it first. At least he's not puffing them up in smoke.
Yes, I will be diplomatic, she will say, slowly.
Stiffly.
Stiffly, yes. It's just, you know who my mother is.
I do.
Colin's just kind of like, he will set the elbow on like the edge of the papasan, and he will just keep it so his hand is at essentially face level, and he will just point at his... My dad's Lord of the Crossroads. Trust me. I understand.
Just nod.
But my tradition sometimes... There are places and times in which passage should be halted. Not permanently, but for a little bit.
There's a point in his direction.
Kind
Not
of like...
everyone deserves a quick trip to where they belong.
Yeah. And sometimes... Well, the dead can't repay their crimes.
Callie doesn't say anything. She's like, was about to go, but, and she just, no. Like, nope, this is not my hill to die on. Nope.
I don't know if he is, we can figure out who to talk to him later.
Yes. But, Morgan, you started a war.
It was technically already started, but maybe. You grin. Toothy smile, pops another piece of kettle corn, finally pulls herself up into a sit, pulling the bowl into her lap.
Also, apparently I'm the reasonable one out of the two of us.
Oh, are you?
Yes, apparently.
According to who?
The Infernalist.
Oh.
Really? Is that a...
Is
came
it
to see me.
because she came to see you? I hope you didn't let her in your home.
I let her in my store, but not in my home.
She kind of wrinkles her nose.
When she walked in, I did not notice she was there, and I turned around. She asked me for help.
You want to cleanse your store.
I did. Twice. She asked me for help.
I mean, did you offer to draw her a bath and a razor blade?
Not for her. A gracious chuckle. Not for her. She takes a sip. Her twin brother has been imprisoned by the Templars, or whatever they're calling themselves.
That sounds like a whole lot of not our problem.
Wait, pardon, what did you say?
Her twin brother, he's been taken by the Inquisition, or whatever they're called, as per her, situation. More as guilty by association type of deal. She asked me to give assistance. In retrieving him.
I don't think she's in any condition to repay anything.
Stare. Suddenly there is this playful stare, but that's disappeared into the vanish of the Viking stare that she adopts. All you hear is, what?
From what I understand, she is the, ever so honored guest of SciShow. I don't think she'll be leaving anytime soon.
I twitch.
But to get to that part of the story, let's start at the beginning. And she'll steeple her fingers. I happened out after our night in. Went up for a second breakfast. Kind of shoots Collins a grin because he was a good gentleman and did make them breakfast the next day. And I happened across an archmage playing some sort of flute, beckoning all manner of people around him. Nightingale, archmage, Akashiana, kind of waves her hand idly.
Nod.
Right. So, he'd apparently been sent by the traditions to, later in the day, negotiate the release of the hostages from the Lamenters. But in the meantime, he had a little free time and he met with us for breakfast. We were talking, I mentioned the Archbishop, and he said he was with his son and his mother. Well, his son's mother. And I asked, does that mean you know where he is? And he said, well, yes. I said, can you take me there? He said, yes. I said, will you? And of a sudden we were in, she kind of brings up her fingers for the air quotes, a rather heavenly realm of some sort. Even got to pass through the Golden Gates. Very iconic. I was able to go and speak to the Archbishop. And that girl, what's her name? Sam. Between her and I, we've convinced him to come back and to serve as a figurehead for his people. Give them a rally point.
Callie snorts in contempt.
Didn't say he was the best, but he's what they need. They need something to stand behind.
A leader who has to be rallied like that. He's no leader.
He is a man who decided to try to take responsibility for people with all of the free will in the world to turn aside his teaching.
Oh my.
You can't claim responsibility for every single soul in the city, especially those that aren't yours to claim.
Grumbles.
Shoot Callie the little, the little there kind of look. Like, I know. All the same, we came back, and he took me on a rousing trip of let's play poof around the world and eat local food, which is delightful. That is why when the next day I found his food bowl nailed to the door of the cathedral, I was quite irked. After all, he was charming company. And so, among other things, I recalled, well, of course, I talked to the Akashics anyways. He was one of their archmages. But he also may well have been a personal mentor and teacher of Saisho. So, I took the bowl with me, and I went to his gambling den. I suppose it serves as a temple, depending on what you worship. Whatever the case, I went to Saisho, and I presented him with this bowl. Clear enough that his mentor is dead. And wouldn't you know it, Saisho is one more of us who has some very, very interesting parentage. He was moved to the point of fury and called for war, which is well and good by me, but he was being a bit hasty. I convinced him to reel back enough to at least use some tactics, some planning, as opposed to rushing in there with an army full of you two should actually get a look at them. Some sort of spirit infused people. They almost look demonic. Not quite. Strange though. Tinted people.
I don't know. My culture has a tradition where we call spirit horsing, where we invite spirits into our body and let them ride, let them assist. And if you're not strong enough, they take over.
Could be. But it seemed as almost all his people were these things. Whatever the case, we now have the choristers proper with a figurehead, and the Akashics ready to move at the slightest sign of readiness. And, oh, speaking of the devil's baby mama, she decided to join me when I went to speak to Saisho. He got one look at her, called her an, was it Akuma? Don't know what that is. But whatever the case, had her taken off to a room. She did not reappear by time I left. For what it's worth, priority, primness, etiquette aside, he seems to show a certain respect to people who share the same mixed parentage that he does. It's something of a pass. He and I seem to hit it off, I imagine, about as well as anyone hits it off the Saisho.
Well then, I shall garner my favor from the person she told me would secure her debt.
Probably more useful than she is. I'd say go for it.
Considering her friend is the head of one of the tradition representatives, yes, indeed.
Well, there you have it.
Who might
And
that?
we, or at least my household, has been declared ally to Saisho's. So, shrug.
That means that, well, yes, both of us are then technically.
I imagine so. What was that, Collins? Akuma?
No. I had a thought, and it has evaporated into this drink, so I've lost it. Come and gone.
What a shame. But yes, war is looming. That's 2 armies.
We will need a third.
Well, I mean, according to some of the good books, you need 5, but that's just me being a Tolkien fanboy.
Well, technically, there's 3 if you count the enemy. Let's never mind that I believe all 9 traditions have already avowed that they're going to turn on the Lamenters. Oh, and as much as he is, well, of debatable value, that... What is he, a virtual adept? Class Paul?
The whelp.
He's one of the only ones who can still get into that cathedral, so I've tasked him with bringing me back a head count.
How
I
long
don't
have you
care if
given?
he... Not very. I've told him to get in there himself, use his drones, not to use magic because they will spot that, but I want to know how many are in there and I want to know how many people they have hostage. He has
Just
agreed
nods.
emphatically.
Good. Good. I will meet with Yuki's 2 people that she told me that she could trust. I will gain the debt from them and tell you what they're planning.
Good, good.
If it interferes with our raid, I'll make sure it doesn't.
Perfect.
Just nods. Takes a long drink and like hiccups a bit. Should we go out?
Oh, I was thinking something. What was I thinking? Yes, that's what I was thinking. If you are perchance thinking about having a conversation with that gravedigger fellow, kind of glances over at Collins. If I recall right, conversation I had maybe my second day in the city with a certain someone who quickly made himself scarce. Is it? Oh, actually, quickly, Torna, did he actually tell her who it was that Yuki had slept with?
Yes.
Sweet. Thank you. Gravedigger may be the devil's baby daddy. And I have to wonder how he'd feel knowing that his baby mama went and sold their child's soul, essentially. She sold its name,
Oh, that is.
and if it's his, I'm sure he will feel all manner of ways, and that grants us
She
another
did.
proverbial army if he has that many spirits at his beck and call.
Well then, she kind of rubs her face.
That is.
Delicious, isn't it?
A little bit. Delicious. I like delicious. It's a good word. I'm gonna savor this.
I really hope it's his, because I really want to see what happens when he gets that angry. He seems delightful. Perhaps even the risk that it might be his will be enough. Who knows? I'm not exactly going to go asking SciShow if I can get a paternity test.
I see.
I wonder how much those cost online. And like there's a look on his face that is like it's serious consideration.
I don't know. Perhaps the threat that it is enough. Whether or not it's confirmed. After all, it could also be confirmed that it's not. Perhaps
Well then.
better to ride on the chance. I can't imagine that someone who collects spirits would think but so kindly of someone that sold the fate of his own offspring.
Oh, this is. I'm definitely. Leave that to me.
I mean, if he wants to solve our problem for us when it comes to the proverbial Antichrist, I'd be alright with that.
Yeah.
Well then, since we all have different plans, we should meet up soon, go into the Umber together and solve that issue. The traditions, well, if they declare war, this is going to be most entertaining.
I believe that sending the Archmage to negotiate was a last-ditch effort to give the Lamenters a chance to back down, or a chance to at least put themselves at even by giving up the people they held hostage. They seem to have decided to do quite the opposite.
Then they will die.
Uh-huh. Every last one.
That is
Good.
would be.
You ready to raid a cathedral? Kind of playing with her lip, looking over at Callie.
I am.
It's gonna be good.
I'll be tending the fire, minding the pot, and making sure that when you come back, I'll put you all back together again.
Takes another long sip, hiccuping again. Well, should we go out? Just stand up suddenly, like hiccuping a bit, getting a bit more like drunk.
Indeed.
Celebrate our progress.
Mm-hmm.
I think we shall.
Very well. Let's go to Agrabah Nights.
It's always a good place to be. Plenty of fun faces from time to time, and it's a good safe space.
So I'm going to throw this link as the three of them gather up their things.
I think you have to email to a certain person as well, so he can join too, because he's on his phone.
I don't know how to do that shit.
I think you just send it through Hangouts.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna pop AFK for a few moments, but Collins will be walking the both of y'all to Agrabah Nights.
Yep. There'll even be a brief apologetic glance to Callie before the eye patch goes on, because let's face it, it's just a good idea.
Oh, like Callie doesn't look mad, but she knows at least Morgan has the luxury to be able to cover up her bad thing. He can't, so Callie kind of just relaxes.
All right, AFK for a few.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I imagine Team Pagan rock in.
Yep. They will do their little saunter. Collins in the middle, big pimpin' it. Walk into Agrabah Nights and go for one of those usual lounging areas at the back where it's nothing so much as a pile of pillows, perhaps a hookah, and within moments, drinks. Because once you have had one mojito, you must, in fact, have more mojitos. So yeah, Team Pagan will make their way into Agrabah Nights, get themselves settled, probably pop into a nice, comfortable, and at least mildly inappropriate lounge with like legs and arms and whatnot crisscrossing. Get comfy. So yeah, at this point, it is now an open scene at Agrabah Nights.
From the other side of the booth, Team Pagan can hear tap 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 tap. God damn it! Tap 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 tap. Fucking lamenters! Tap 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 tap. There goes another drone. I will need to rerun this fucking simulation. Something slamming on the table. Tap 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 tap.
Is someone shooting a machine gun?
It's a very, very angry keyboard slapping.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very angry.
So Callie climbs over Morgan, slowly, serpentine, and we'll see her favorite person in the whole wide world.
I will interject very briefly to say it looks like Morgan was like picking up a peanut shell and like taking aim, and then she heard what he was up to in the muttering. Slowly lowered the peanut shell, so it is all Callie.
Callie then climbs up to the back of the upholstery, climbs her drunk hands over it, spindles her legs, And then we'll lean her head down so she's looking into the computer screen. So she's right beside him. And then we'll turn very slowly and then just look at Glasspaw. Hi.
You don't get an answer.
Waits.
Tap, 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 tap.
Licks
Turns.
her lip.
Oh, God.
Hi.
Oh, shit. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hello there. Oh, God.
Did I startle you?
No.
Morgan's actually like snickering into a glass, trying so hard right now.
Of course, you totally did not startle me and scare half of my soul away to Valhalla.
I'm glad I didn't do that.
Excellent.
Pats him on the shoulder.
Wouldn't you have a certain woman with an eye patch with you?
She's behind me.
Tell him to come over.
She slithers onto the chair so she's right
Fuck it.
beside him.
Both of you come over. Or who? How many? That was quick.
Morgan's just kind of glancing up and looking decently amused, smothering her laughter with a hand as Callie, instead of going to get her, just gets all up in his shit on the seat.
Colin sips from his flask.
Hello.
I've been wondering something, Glasspaw. Just leans in,
Yeah. Tell me what can I help you?
sips from a straw of her drink. She just gets uncomfortably close, like right in.
Yep.
Can you show me the Skype?
No, because I don't use it.
You don't. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is.
I just thought, we'd get leans right in closer, learning the Skype together.
He goes closer to her and go like, I don't use the Skype, honey. I just don't.
Oh no, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're looking rather cute today.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Now tell Morgan to bring her ass over.
Smiles. Morgan, Glasspaw wants you. He's being mean to me.
Don't say that I love you.
Smiles to herself, taking a sip of her drink. Like,
Morgan proceeds to rouse herself up lazily, but by time she comments, will have sauntered over to likewise start by leaning over the back of the booth chair on the other side of Glasspaw. I imagine by now he expects it, so it's not that startling when she says, well, why would you be
He's about
mean?
to not care anymore.
He'll eventually just lose any sense of personal space. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I've been running simulation for what you asked. It's tough, but because it's me, it's doable. I will need to make a few modifications on a drone, but I think I can get us not pictures but live audio and live video.
Isn't that better?
Yes. God damn it. But the thing is, I will need to generate some kind of Wi-Fi hotspot, and it will take all of my attention. I cannot move my eyes from the screen. So, I will need someone behind me to avoid probable adhesive stabbing motions.
She just... I imagine it's almost simultaneous as Morgan from one side snakes an arm around his shoulder. Because she is, in fact, right behind him right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, she just snakes the arm around his shoulder, pulls him in so they're, they smush together cheek to cheek for all of a moment. Oh, we'd be happy to.
Oh, well, excellent then.
After all, if you're getting results, why would we do anything to hinder that? Why wouldn't we help? It's even what I asked you to do.
It was. You're right on that. So yeah, that's what it will take.
She just, shoots a grin. She too has been hitting the sauce and in fact still has a glass in hand. And she, reaches up and kind of ruffles his hair, almost fondly.
The hair is ruffled.
I can only hope it'll be as exciting as you think it will be.
Uh,
It's been so boring.
I don't want this to be exciting. I want this to be quick, simple, resolved. Because I'm starting to fucking hating the Lamenters like heavily.
Welcome to the party.
Just reaches and touches his face with her left hand, and for Ale, that is ice cold. That touch, suddenly.
It's dead cold, I
Ale,
might say.
would you mind to do that? Would you that? That's cold. That's cold. That's cold.
Oh, sorry, you had something in you just at me. Reaches
Yes.
again, touches,
Yes,
fixes his hair slightly.
It's called a face. I have a face on my face.
No, it's just your hair was. Sorry.
Callie, please. I have a drone in my backpack. I will make it self-destruct if I need to.
That seems a little excessive, don't you think?
No,
Pouts at him.
still no.
Oh, you're just no fun today. She finally stands back up so she exits his personal bubble.
Aww.
And
You know how
slumps
much
back down next to Collins, like
you
half
know
on
how
him.
much time I have been sitting here and at my home running this shit.
Probably a lot.
There's a swig out of the glass. I haven't the foggiest.
The man with the southern accent has the right clue on there. It's been. What time is it?
Insert
looks at
local
the-
time here.
He looks at the clock. I have been here for the past 2 days.
Well, at least you got free food. Finger gun.
No, I did not.
Well, you should have
Everything here is
asked.
free.
Everything here is free. All you gotta do is just ask nicely, or think real hard and make a wish.
And you see that there is.
And
basically-
then he
Mhm.
like closes his eyes. He makes the exaggerated wishing face, and then like brings his both hands up to his chest, each one balled into a fist, and he's just like, you can tell he's wishing real hard. And then somebody from the back comes, one of the Jin spirits from the back comes out with a giant plate of beignets, and he just squeeze. He's like, ooh! See, that's all you had to do.
You actually see that there is no food on the table. It's like bottles and cups of what might be called coffee.
You gotta have. I mean, if you're having coffee and you're drinking that much over that long period of time, good sir, please do have a beignet. It'll do your heart good. Well, no, I take that back. It is fried and covered in like 7 pounds of powdered sugar. Probably won't do your heart good, but it'll make you feel better.
He takes it.
So a beignet is a classic New Orleans staple. It's akin to a donut,
Uh-huh.
but it is a light, airy fried dough, and it is covered in a shit ton of powdered sugar, very neutral flavored, slightly nutty. And it probably looks like you just got out of after you finish eating one properly, it probably looks like you just got out of a snowball fight with Scarface. You are covered in powdered sugar.
Oh yeah, he's. You see him enjoying the first bite of food after like, let's say, 48 hours.
Funny thing about Collins, when he eats his beignet, and He tears into it voraciously. There's a little powdered sugar on his shirt, but mostly it looks like there are two little white lines under each nose.
And he just looks at Collins for a second and go like, last time I saw you, I saw you. How are you?
Looks over at Morgan, looks at Kali. Kind of drunk. And about ready to hit one hell of a sugar high.
That's all fine and well with me.
Another broad toothy smile.
Callie eats her food. You can see her bifurcated tongue like slithers the food up, like just eats it in one.
But yeah, it's doable, Morgan. We can get them. I don't know. Okay. And he taps something and moves the screen so they can see. According to my simulations, these can go two ways. One, they are using this place as a standout point and not a base, and there is more sleepers than anything, and this is their zone because those sleepers will probably believe in faith, so that screws us a little bit. And the bad part of it is like, yeah, it's actually the evil guys' bases, and it's full of evil guys. And I will prepare a surprise for that. And you see that he taps a couple of buttons, and you see the drone being like found out on this simulation, and then just the drone blasts on light and sound, and the people is rendered incapable of living. Not dead, just stunned.
Let's put it this way. There's enough people in there to kill an Archmage. However many that is.
Then
I
why
mean,
are
a
not,
shotgun can kill an Archmage. If you walked into a peace meeting not expecting a shotgun, and then it was surprise shotguns.
boom.
I don't feel like he'd be especially surprised, and we did spend the better part of the day just kind of haphazardly teleporting all over the planet. So,
Fair.
I don't imagine he's easy to hit. Or was easy to hit.
Oh, that you have given me an idea.
Have I? I do love giving you ideas.
Well, that, but no, that one points at Glasspaw.
Oh, what?
Oh.
And he'll kind of look over, and he will look at Morgan, and he will start to grin, a sly grin, and he'll look over at Callie, and it will, like, his lips almost turn on themselves, like a Joker-like grin. This is a room filled with people of faith.
Yes.
And he will eyebrow waggle at both Morgan and Callie.
Ooh, do we get to cause an existential crisis?
There's a chance. I mean, how often do you two lovely ladies to show your finest glories?
He raises up a finger. That wouldn't actually work that much. Oh, wait, they are not choristers. Yeah, fuck him. Cause all the existential crisis you want.
That's gotta be a little jarring at the very least to the sleepers.
You shake the faith of the cult, and the cult falters.
Oh, that sounds delicious. I don't think I've ever actually talked to Mother. Should work on that.
Hear a chuckle from Callie in the background.
I don't want to be like invasive or anything like that, but he points to Morgan eye patch. Mind you explaining that? Because last time I saw it and I was like, I don't want to say that I crap myself because that would be extremely offensive, but I almost did so.
She's grinning like with her tongue sticking from between her teeth. She doesn't seem offended at all.
Oh my, oh
Goes
my,
up.
oh my.
That's some eye.
Isn't
And
it
he
just?
brings a little bottle of collyrium and offers it to you.
He
Colin's
does
just
what?
gonna.
Eye wash thingy.
Oh, like
Eye drops. There we go.
eye drops.
This ain't that kind of redness, but
Oh,
cute.
He will. Collins is gonna snuggle up to Callie and offer a beignet.
It's gone. Like their tongue slithers out and just takes the whole thing and just in.
Oh. This gonna be good. And then goes back to watching Last Spawn Morgan.
I said mother's always watching. Someone's always watching. Kind of reaches up and like tip taps the eye patch with a finger.
Yes. I don't get it, but
I was told to come and see you with eyes unclouded. That's just what I'm doing.
you took that to heart. That's very well done. Really good.
It is what it is.
I'm
Beef curry and milk.
mother.
Kevin
We'll look over towards
has slumped over the bar.
looking over towards Kevin.
Looks at Kevin. Looks at Callie.
That's an order.
Looks at Kevin. Looks at Callie. You can see the internal countdown of like 3, 2, 1.
And given the nature of Agrabah Nights, Kevin gets his beef curry and milk.
Yep.
Callie moves.
And at some point, probably, maybe senses that there's a lot of attention on the center of his back. But I like milk.
And a slow shout. You need to ask for soy milk. Believe me.
What's Callie doing there, buddy?
Creeping. Getting closer and closer and closer.
Slithering.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin just kind of drinks his milk,
Collins
defying
is-
this soy milk request.
Slithers all the way up.
pile of pillows just chuckles. He is having a grand old time.
Slithers all the way up.
Can I help you?
Hi. I was just wondering, is that nice? Points at the beef curry.
I like it.
I've never tried it.
Well, this is a place where you can literally ask and, well, perceive.
Can I have a starter taste?
Wouldn't want to waste food. What if she didn't like it? They'd have to throw away the whole bowl. Grinning. She has, at some point in the time it took Callie to leave Colin's side and get to Kevin's, has just completely dominated Colin's lap.
Kevin just stares.
Man, is she smiling. This is a good day.
Why all of you do this?
And,
Feeds
well,
Morgan a beignet.
sure.
She slowly reaches down the fork, picks it up in her mouth, looking at him right in the face, and just puts it slowly in her mouth. And you can see the bifurcated tongue just like goes over one of the pieces of beef, essentially. Chews it very slowly, looking at him dead in the face, not breaking eye contact for a split second.
There is prolonged eye contact that occurs during this entire series of events. Kevin doesn't say anything. Just kind of sits there placidly. a bit of a gulping noise when he drinks more of the delicious, never-ending milk.
Slowly swallows, never breaking eye contact. It's nice.
I like to believe that it's whole milk. Glad you think so.
I'll order it then.
Yeah.
In case you...
You, the hammer thing.
I was going to ask if you'd like to join me.
I do owe you.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'll join you looking for more hammer.
That would be great. Slowly turns back. Thank you, Kevin.
Sure thing.
Keeps walking, does not break eye contact until the last possible second.
Kevin turns around and just contemplates his life.
Slithers right back down beside him. Collins.
Morgan will resituate herself so that she is only occupying one thigh's worth of lap. Because sharing is caring, even if she's getting hand fed. This is the best.
Beignets for everybody.
Food. In which case, Helati will pop her head around the corner. I smell something different. Not so fancy. What's that? I'm gonna nod her head at Colin's hand. Just kind of half coiled around one of the pillars. Just like, boop. What's that?
That is a staple of hospitality and sugar. It is sweetness, it is home. It is also calorically rich and a great way to start your day. Would you like a
That sounds
beignet?
all types of wonderful. Yes, please. I've had a hell of a day.
Here you go.
Where can I? Yes. And she'll sit on the other side so as not to intrude on the Collins chair that Morgan is currently on. Just
You got Morgan on one side, you got Callie on the other side. Fucking Collins is big pimping it right now. So real.
So good.
That is just hold this thing. Squishy, like a donut, but smells better. Sugar. And just do it like a whole big bite. What is this? Collins,
It's
what
a
is this?
It's beignet.
This is delicious. It's sweet. It's filling. It's not like a donut. It's so good. It's like better than a zeppoli. It's like just
Oh yes.
shoves the rest of it in her mouth. Just
And that's how it should be done. And Collins will take out his flask and he will take a sip. Usually best
did
served
not
with
know
coffee.
love until this day. I did not know love until this day.
I mean,
Finger gun.
that's a fair statement. Not many people have. Most people over here have been denied the beautiful, sanctimonious, righteous experience that is the beignet for reasons I cannot fathom.
Or is it like something that can only stay just like this, or can you do other things to it? Like, can you mix it with apples or cherries? I feel like mixing it with apples would make it
I mean that
a bazillion times.
it's a simple thing. That's what makes it wonderful. You have a simple donut, a simple fried bit of dough covered in powdered sugar, maybe a little cinnamon, cup of coffee. It doesn't need anything else. Why do people insist on complicating the best things in life?
I mean, I live and breathe apples. If I didn't, I'd be dead. So, like, apples.
That sounds like a you problem. but that's not a beignet problem.
Okay, I'm just wondering if I could like improve my life by having apple beignets. I wonder if I could probably con her to do. Yes, she's got an idea. She possibly con Eris by giving her apple beignets. Maybe pull out her phone and look up recipes.
You're gonna lose all the simplicity by trying to overcomplicate it, and then you're just gonna be sad. Just sad.
I mean, I guess, but like, this is really good, and I'm just wondering if it could be better. But maybe I'll take your advice. Maybe. Grabs another and kind of shoves it in her mouth and sits to the corner.
And he just kind of like shakes his head. Just in a very nope, message was lost.
Kid girl, or rather, she likes to complicate things.
I say about this time, Edward walks through the door.
Alrighty.
He's just gonna sit down at the bar and order a whiskey.
You are given your type of whiskey that you like all the muches.
Yeah, it's just straight dry whiskey, bro.
I mean,
My character likes strong
and
alcohol.
let people, or not speak to the people.
He doesn't
Very
even
nice.
he's just walked
Have
in. He doesn't
beignets.
even know who's here right now. I guess he looks over and sees Callie and looks at Callie. Oh, hey there, friend. Long time
She's
no
like she'd be like mid staring, and then we'll look up, and be casually taking a step. Hello.
How are you doing today?
Drunk.
Let's see. I'm working on that myself.
There may or
Well,
may
then-
not be appreciative giggling from the other side of Collins.
Then by all means, join us if you wish to drink with us.
Sure thing. I'll head over to the table.
We are in a sprawl of cushions on the floor.
There are no
Or-
tables in Agrabah Nights except at
Oh.
the bar. Everything else is very traditionally
Okay.
like small round tables, but lots of pillows and very I forget the particular culture Evan mentioned when describing it. But it's all ground level seating.
I assume Arabian.
I'll sit over there.
And Collins will lean over to Callie. So, wait, isn't this the friend you made? With the, and points at his hand.
Which is now fully healed.
Oh, no, Collins will point at his own hand.
Oh.
Looking at Callie. Isn't this the friend you made by, well... Point.
Yes, this is him.
What
How do you
better
do?
kind of friend can there be?
I mean,
I see no better.
personally, I like remaining unstabbed. It hurts, and it's full of suck.
Well, Colin, sometimes friendship is grounded on a lesson.
I
Sometimes
say
the
don't
lessons
knock it till
are
you try it.
extreme.
She's just a
I
finger
have
guns
been
to the body,
stabbed many a time, and it has never been fun, pleasant, or something I wish to relive.
I don't know, Collins. Why don't you just give it one more try? Maybe this time will be different.
Morgan,
no.
Never been so toothy as she says, challenge accepted.
Oh, no.
Collins looks
Collins,
over at Morgan and goes,
you have
I
another hand
swear,
to
if
eat
you
when you.
stab me, it's going to end poorly for you.
I don't know. It usually goes great for me.
That was sassy. She would smile over at him.
I mean, it usually goes well for them too. Didn't say I had to stab deeply. Pats his cheek.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a little blood play.
Not you, Miff. I can't say your name when I'm drunk. She'll say very just bluntly, just looking at him.
Malphas?
That's it. Not
What's up?
sagely. Oh, she was trying to
I
pronounce
thought
your
we
name
were-
when she was
I
drunk.
thought we were
Oh.
going with D.
I call him Malfi.
Actually, funny story is, actually, a few days ago, I went and visited, I guess, my father's old home, and I think I met my stepsister. But anyways, I figured out my real name, so I guess you could just call me Edward.
Blank.
Edward.
Blank. Blank.
I like Malfi better.
Just
If
pick a
you think
name
this'll
and
call
own
me
up
that,
to
that's
it.
fine.
That's who you is. Your birth name don't matter.
Yeah,
I
but
sure
this
hope not.
the other name kinda, got me stabbed, got me looked at, got me investigated 7 different times by 7 different people, wondering if I was a demon.
Someone stabbed you other than Callie?
There will be a pointy finger. The name is not what got you stabbed there. Like
True.
how friend changed my name.
I figured it would just be better to make things less complicated.
Malfi.
Complications rough. You may still call me that.
I would do it regardless.
Deal.
Another beignet. That's how I remember you.
Alrighty then.
I mean, calling you handsy might be a little bit different, or stabby. You're not stabby. If anybody's stabby, it's Callie. And she'll wave at Callie.
Callie drunkenly waves as if her hand is the brandest newest thing she's seen. She's like, oh, hello.
Morgan, what have you been giving her to drink? Or what has she discovered? Because that's one sloshed Viking.
You may want to mute whatever chat is making your phone go bananas, bro, because we can hear all the
Yeah,
vibrating.
That's the freaking group chat one. Jeez.
Yeah, you can
People are
mute
boring.
those, so we'll
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Mute the
Good.
chat. It's a good thing. It's healthy. It'll save your skin.
And your battery. Mostly
Also
your
true
battery.
statement. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Sorry, what did Lottie ask? Or what did...
Oh no. Lottie is looking at the look at Callie and her drunkenness, and look over to Morgan and Collins. What have you been giving them? Because that's one drunk Viking.
I
Sloshed.
like mojitos. Swig.
Ooh, mojitos. Once you have one, you can't have. Oh wait. I feel like you said that. Well, anyway, mojitos are great. Mas
Mhm.
mojitos.
Strawberry basil mojitos.
Strawberry basil.
Yeah.
It's devious. She rubs her head.
Mhm. Most are. I mean, it's not like a Long Island, which is upfront about how much liquor you're taking.
Oh,
Smacks you in the mouth, and you say, "Thank you, ma'am."
Oh no. You know exactly what you're getting when I make a drink.
Looks over
Drunk.
to Collins.
Just kind
Grin.
of points at Morgan as the response as she says drunk. That.
Big,
Just-
broad smile. Another swig. Ah.
Is what I do.
Apple.
This is going unusually well. She kind of looks around, takes a minute to like visibly process each person she sees. Oh, there is no hermetics. That's why.
Dang, savage.
Glasp is apparently eating
Facts.
from Chinese food from somewhere.
I mean, facts.
Look, I'm just saying, the only one that had any social aptitude is apparently, I don't know, wanted for double treason.
And even he, well,
He does better than the other ones. You gotta admit that.
there's a learning curve apparently after you're sworn to be executed.
I guess so.
But she holds up her hand, like stops, delays, closes her eyes, opens them. Being told you're gonna die changes your perspective on things.
This is true.
It's very true.
Then again, he fucked up a couple times, and all those times we were just like, bro, wait, think about this. This could end bad. And he was just like, YOLO, motherfuckers. But in his way. So
I feel like I should go out of this world the same way I'm pretty sure I came into it.
Kicking and
Screaming.
screaming?
Screaming and covered in someone else's blood. Sage nod.
mhm.
Makes sense.
Sometimes a good way to go.
Oh,
Or
Lottie,
Tuesday.
I have a message for you.
Yes. From who?
Yuki.
Oh, is she still alive? She disappeared. I figured
Yeah.
she was.
Yeah, she
Okay.
disappeared.
I have her.
Oh,
You do?
I do.
Eyebrow.
Sideshow
How-
let you have her back?
Did you manage that?
Yeah, I managed that.
How did you do
um,
that? Does
I'm
Sideshow
sorry,
let
but-
you have her back?
congratulations.
Did you
I'm not sure if
manage
it's
that?
sorry or
No,
congratulations.
no. She still has demon baby. Don't jump up to expectations.
No. Kaseisho doesn't give things back.
That is what I am now concerned about. Hello, Glasspaw.
No, wait. Maybe we shouldn't ask questions. Should we ask
No,
questions?
I
before
want to
we
ask questions.
I am very curious now.
Possible liability.
Curious of
I
what?
see you.
How
How?
did
How
you get
what?
her back?
Does Sideshow know you have her back?
Oh, right. No, I didn't say anything, and he keeps eating. I forgot we met with, and he remembers Sideshow face, and the chopsticks fall from his hand.
Did
Glasspaw,
you
did you do something
forget?
stupid?
I have been here for the last 48 hours without food and only programming. Leave me alone.
Did
Callie,
you
Did you
forget?
forget Seisho's face?
Um,
I mean, he's gorgeous, but he's also terrifying.
Or did
Callie-
you make a boo-boo and steal from Sideshow?
oh, I
Callie-
would never steal from Sideshow.
Kevin is at the table now.
Callie does what?
Callie boops him on the nose, going, "You're so stupid."
Hello, Glasspaw.
You know, Polly, that's exactly what I would call somebody who stole
I
from
think
Sideshow.
that Glasspaw with the she taps her eye patch again. I think he had to block out the memory. It's so traumatic.
Yeah, I the only thing I remember before fainting and waking up here is war.
Mhm.
Naked ladies and war.
Glasspaw. Look at me.
You're very pretty, Kevin.
Look me in the eye.
You have a very lovely eye. It's
I know
it's
where Miss
hazel.
Kimura is. If I go there and she is suddenly not there, and there is no reasonable explanation as to why she is not there, I will find you.
She's still there. She's still there. Believe me, she is. I didn't say
Yes.
anything.
That's
she
good.
didn't. She doesn't have a cell phone that can communicate directly to me without any kind of. Doesn't matter.
That's
Why does
I'd
he
be
miss you
really
beignet?
surprised.
Take a beignet and just kind of gently reach over to shove it in Glassspaw's mouth. Here, eat. You need your energy. You need your energy, Glasspaw. Come here, yes, eat.
Kelly. So, all seriousness of Kevin looming over Glasspaw has completely been subsumed by Lottie just launching herself at him like an angry mama bird.
That face.
Glasspaw, I think you need sleep
I need
because
I need a beer, woman. I don't need sleep. Sleep is for mortal men.
you're way more mortal than
I'm-
half the people in this room.
I'm a cybernetic
Ha, ha.
entity. I speak in code.
Glasspaw, I feel like if I shoved you
Well,
right now,
aren't
you
you
would just
just
collapse on the
fancy?
floor and stay there.
That-
Maybe just rest.
And he just points to you, and you can see the bug under his eyes. That That might be very well possible. Don't do that.
Oh,
It will hurt me.
start rocking him! Start rocking him!
Ooh, wait.
Don't rock me. Don't rock me because I will regurgitate that beautiful thing Colin gave me.
No.
And then
I
probably want
rescind
to
the
use
rocking.
back.
Rescind the rocking. It's all fun and good until someone pukes. It's never
Ay,
fun.
Dios.
And then it's a party.
No.
No, what kind of parties do you go to?
The kind that
Morgan, I'm concerned. I mean, other parties,
blood
yeah,
or
blood
vomit,
rage.
one or the
But
other.
like,
It's never not one or the other. By the end
vomit
of the
is
party.
never sexy. Blood sometimes. What kind
I mean, it's not sexy, but booze though.
you know what? Whatever you want, T-Pagan leader. Whatever you want.
Hey, we are joint pagan leaders. We even have a witch's hat to like decide which hat we decide to make serious decisions on.
Mm-hmm.
Nods. Right.
Nods.
I just
One
kind of
who
figured
makes
it
the
was like
decision
Team
has to
Rocket.
wear the hat.
I just kind of figured like it was Team Rocket, and you guys are all kind of bumbling together and doing shit, and like causing chaos.
No. She slams her fist down. No, we have a hat.
We do have a hat.
Team Rocket also has hats. It's okay.
Well,
Your
it's
hat
only-
is safe.
No, it's a singular hat, and it's important.
I don't
It's
know.
very
who this-
important.
I do not know who this Team Rocket is, but we have a hat.
Takes out her phone, opens up Pokemon Go. How they have things that I need to show you.
Wait.
I need to educate you in Pokemon. Come here.
German Cali
But I'm
first.
comfy.
Not you,
Move.
Morgan Kelly.
Move, one-eyed woman. Move.
Yeah.
Now,
Flops on Colin harder. Like climbs into his lap. There, now I'm out of the way. Sticks her tongue out.
now, Callie, no need to be rude.
I'm not. She's louder than me. She's like right beside me, so she's squawking.
You're squawking. Swigs.
Both of you are squawking right now. Glaspo just slurps his noodles.
Ooh, wait, there's more of the food. Beignets, actual food that fills me up. Beignets,
Oh,
actual food, beignets.
You said the magic word. You see Glaspo concentrating, and 3 beignets appear over his noodles. Yes, perfection. And he keeps
Ke-
eating.
Kevin, why don't you sit down with us? Pat's beside her, like pump, pump, pump.
There is a moment where Kevin.exe is trying to run. All right, the startup is going. Probably an awkward moment with the little installation program. But eventually he gets there, and you see this kind of rundown middle-aged man sitting next to Callie, awkwardly.
They're snickering into a glass of mojito.
Would you like a drink?
I don't know why, but I brought the milk with me.
Oh,
I mean, if
something
you add
stronger
some more, you
than
can get a White Russian.
something stronger than milk.
I don't imbibe alcohol.
Oh,
Copy that. So give
Why-
him a
why-
thumbs up. Sober Dover.
Why you don't drink alcohol, Kevin? It's like not just interested in your character.
I just don't.
Okay, I respect that.
Don't question a teetotaler. Why is a teetotaler? And it's all right.
I think the proper answer is because I said so.
How many drinks have you got tonight, people?
Yes.
A number.
More than
Nada.
5.
About
Nada,
3.
which is a travesty.
So we should not totally ask for bourbon shots.
we should totally ask for that.
Yeah, we should totally do that.
And he wishes for bourbon shots for everyone. Except Kevin, who gets a glass of cream.
Nice. So everyone is included.
So everyone's playing the drinking game tonight, huh?
Yep.
Apparently.
All right.
Well then, he will hold his shot and he'll look at it, he'll examine it, and he'll look over at Glasspaw.
He will look at you.
And he'll kind of like shake it back and forth in his hand. So you got the round. What are we toasting to? What's the occasion? Why are we cheersing? Why are we sharing?
To place the Lamenters on a 6-foot deep hole and tell them to go fuck themselves.
Sounds like a party to me.
Twig.
Twigs.
Twigs.
Well then, back. He will tap the glass on the table. He will finish the shot and he'll set the glass on the table. At which point it goes back into magical mystery, Djinn service land. Well then, that was a tasty shot. Didn't realize there were many folk out here who understood the joys of bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
My father took me once to what was this? New Orleans when I was younger. There's some good whiskey over there.
I remember my
Nah.
Poke his head up.
parties.
Whiskey.
I
Collins
remember my parties in Louisiana. Always fun.
Collins just laughs and laughs. Well, if you thought bourbon was the thing that New Orleans had to offer, you, sir, have been mistaken and misguided. You are wrong.
Oh, then what's the offering of New Orleans for the generator of code?
He will kind of at Morgan and Collie so he can stand up.
Morgan, very begrudgingly, flops back into the pillow.
The slither advances towards Kevin.
Kevin, much like a stone Buddha, sits placidly while this happens.
I had thought something very different to end that sentence.
Much like the stone Buddha is rock hard. What?
Well, I love you, woman.
It had to be said.
And so Collins will stand up, grab his cane, and he will walk over next to and sit with his back against the bar next to Glasspaw. And he will sit in that unnervingly close manner.
He doesn't give a fuck anymore, so you are well. He even pats you on the face like, "Hi, your chin is soft."
Why, yes, it is. Shave aloe butter, it's a good thing. And he will just slide his arm around Glasspaw and just put his arm around his waist. And he will reach into his coat.
We're getting frisky here.
Oh no. When I get frisky, you'll know.
Oh boy.
More cackling.
And he'll reach into his coat pocket and he will pull out not his normal ornate flask, but just a simple steel flask. And he will set it standing on Glasspaw's thigh, holding it in place with just one finger, and he'll look over. This is this is the drink the dead like best. There are plenty walking around New Orleans, and they don't really know it yet. But this This is some of the finest rum you will ever have.
Oh, the sweet, sweet release of death. Death means sleeps. He grabs it, takes away.
I'd be careful.
Oh, Glasspaw, we knew you were.
It is a spiced rum.
Yep.
It is not an easy rum. It is
Nope.
also an awakened rum.
Oh god.
That's what collapses.
No, he's about to collapse, and then a hand just shuts and slams the table, kind of prop himself up. That was yes.
Well,
Cackling intensifies.
I don't think you can. And he will take the flask back, and he'll cap it. This might be a roller coaster that requires a slightly taller height requirement.
Yes. And he just slams his face against the table.
Did you kill Glasspaw? I feel like he's gonna be. We kind of
Nope.
like him, right?
Does he just literally slam face down on the
Yeah,
table? Like,
He
don't.
went like boom, and then he just
Yes, he did.
pulled himself backward. It's okay. I'm fine. I just disconnected for a second. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need no tune-up. I don't need no tune-up. Fine. Fine.
It sounds like she's slowly deflating. She's wheezing. It's so bad.
Pokes the
Collins
Glasspaw on the
will-
side.
Will get up, and he will, as he stands up from his stool at the bar and steps away from Glasspaw, he will drag his hand across Glasspaw's back. That is what New Orleans has to offer, or at least that's the beginning.
I want to move there right now.
Maybe when you're older and you can actually handle the ride.
I'm 27, goddammit.
Oh, you're but a babe. Just finally getting his feet wet. He smiles, will caress his cheek with his thumb, and then unceremoniously turn on his heels, walk back to the pile of pillows, and flop.
So, Matt, she snuggles up like her back against Colin's shoulder, essentially. Edward, since we've had a drink together, that means we are friends, yes?
Yes, very much so.
Friends.
Collins chuckles.
So, what else have you guys got that's maybe interesting in the line? I'm curious. I'm asking, referring to the drinks. See if anybody can one-up him.
Looks immediately at Collins, because he's the better booze person than she is.
We'll look over it. Kali, well, this is your friend, someone who is someone that you've broken. Looks at the hand, looks back at Kali with. So it would be rude of me to make suggestions, except for maybe something akin to something akin to your heritage, mayhaps.
Grins, broadens wide, and she just literally just crawls up, like her back goes up against Kevin's shoulder. She's completely oblivious she's doing this.
I'm down for something strong.
Very well. She'll think very hard, like closing her eyes, focusing a few times, and two pure white liquid appear in front of him and her.
All right.
Hemlock.
My character will raise his glass, and therefore inviting you to go first since you're the host.
She'll grin. It's custom you do it together and both look at each other when you're doing it so you understand what's happening.
My character smiles and gives a little snickers. Why not?
She's smile quite genuinely. She seems to be enjoying herself, and she'll take a huge, just drain the liquid essentially.
Same.
That is berries, magic, and mushrooms mead essentially, which is basically what the Viking priests used to drink.
Oh, bother.
It's the drink of the gods. You see everything
That's a unique
afterwards.
taste.
She just give him this big, like, really genuine, like, smile. Because, you did good. You drank with her. She seems really happy.
He will give a genuine smile back. Collins will look at his not so fancy watch, and it is just a standard digital watch, and he will tap the buttons, and he will set a 15-minute timer with an alarm.
Oh god. I can't wait.
Puts her feet up on Morgan's legs. Uses Collins as her head pillow. Just lies there on the couch, just staring up at the ceiling.
Matthew's going to take out his pipe, and he's going to put in a slightly more interesting herb of a purplish color.
I would suggest against that.
It's a soothing herb.
Yeah. You might want to be at your strongest wits when that kicks in.
Very well. Puts it down.
There are certain things that ought not to mix. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I need to step AFK.
Low-key, Colin's character is messing with me right now. I'm from Texas, and so that accent is like making me do like an accent without me realizing it.
Do you want to try, Lottie? She like the dreary, smile.
Yeah, sure.
She like close her eyes, and this pure white liquid will just emerge right like in front of you.
Cool. I'll grab the cup.
Glaspo will look. Hey, Callie. And
Yeah.
he shake his glass.
Oh, you want some too?
Yes.
Okay. Closes her eyes, and yeah, white liquid again.
Oh boy.
I have a feeling everyone's about to die.
Yes. It's yeah.
Not gonna lie, has Morgan been exposed to this before with Callie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she wishes up some of her own. Probably knows about the portion she can handle. Admittedly, it's probably slightly larger than that because she's drunk. And she proceeds to knock that chip back and then just flops onto the pillows, like I'm ready for this ride. Looking up at the ceiling.
Looking at everyone on the pillows. Glaspo will get the cue. Will close down his laptop, put it somewhere inside his bag, go to the pillows, and flump. I go like, well,
Yeah, that boy.
here goes nothing. Gluk, 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 gluk. I'm going to regret that tomorrow.
Lottie will drink when others are drinking because Callie said it was a group thing.
So I think what you oh yeah, everyone roll stamina.
Here we go. I don't remember the last time Torn asked me to roll my stamina.
Just don't botch.
Grrr.
Close botch, actually.
I have
It's standard diff, so you're fine.
I have 2 successes. I'm like
You're just tripping, but you're not having a bad trip. Basically, that's what
Yeah.
I feel. You good.
Wait, is everybody rolling stamina?
Yes. Everyone is
Yep.
rolling stamina to see how well you process it.
If you took the drink.
Except for me.
Yes. Because you were AFK.
Except for our DD here.
I have to figure out what my stamina was again. Boop-a-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
And I'm back.
They all took the drink, Austin.
Collins didn't.
Oh, Morgan took it. She swigged it and immediately flopped back on the pillows like, I'm ready for the roller coaster.
One success.
Okay. Just need one more from
What's the
Raphael, and
success
then
rate?
we're good. It's diff 6. You just need a success, and you have a good trip. If you fail, you have a bad one, essentially. If you botch well, things are about to get really interesting.
Oh,
Bad
no.
trip. Here he goes.
oh,
Said and done.
geez.
That's
Well,
not good.
That's okay. So for everybody else, you experience. I will keep this. I'll keep this easy. For everyone else, you experience really intense. It's very intense, but it's a very pleasant trip. Every sensation, every color, every magnitude of even the lights you can see in the light, and you see even tiny fragmented bits of the light there. Your vision is that zoomed in. Everything is now better. Every color is now alive. Everything is almost magnified. It's most. You can even feel yourself being pulled out of reality. For the ecstatic, this is an intense thing, but it's far more ritualized than your normal hallucinogens.
Fuck yeah.
Now, for the botch.
We are so sorry. We are so
Oh, dear.
sorry.
Good thing Malthiel's used to hallucinogens. Otherwise, this would have really destroyed him.
But you're never used to a bad trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's,
bad
there's
Never really
no
are.
amount of experience prepares you for a bad trip.
So,
Oh.
what I'll describe for you is with this, when you take it and everyone else is zooming and smiling, things begin to distort for you almost sharply. The mages in the room, it's as if to you, their images flicker almost violently. Like Callie's scars become 5 times larger, so you just see these terrifying teeth flicker right in front of your face. Lottie's eyes distort to this freaky slit. You know,
Low-key,
her
this
mouth
is awesome. I wouldn't call this a bad trip.
like her mouth opens and this tongue comes out that almost seems to just snarl towards you, like shooting at you almost in these like frightened, snarling gasps. Morgan wings extend out from her and almost begin to almost creep down towards you. Everything almost is seeming like it's about to attack you at every second because it's moving so fast.
For the one having the bad trip, Collins's flesh begins to burn and melt away, bubbling, pocking, scarring, and then sloughing off, and just hitting the ground in clumps.
This is awesome.
He looks at you, and to everybody else, he's smiling. He's having a good time.
Keep in mind that what a botch means is essentially that regardless of how cool you think it is out of character,
No, I'm saying out of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you will find this all like completely fucking horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
His
My
face,
character has ritual nightmares, so he
Oh,
finds
you've
horror.
you've nightmares. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, well.
his face melts away until it is just a barely sinewy flesh skull mask with the occasional bright color hidden here and there.
And actually, if you have nightmares, feel free to work whatever his nightmare is into all these horrifying things he's seeing. Whatever it is that plagues him, like, rockets to the forefront of this.
The most recent nightmare, I'll just use that one. He looks around as everything grows dark around him, and then he looks at everybody's faces, and their eyes are stitched closed, their mouths are stitched closed, and he looks like everybody is just almost dead looking with like pale white skin.
Sure.
You know, let's make this even horrible for you. Glasspool will pull out his cell phone, tap a couple of buttons on his touchscreen, and you know that heavy, pretty disturbing vaporwave music.
Ooh.
That Lonnie probably dances to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that starts spilling out from somewhere around his backpack, and it's fucking loud.
Okay.
Yeah, no, for what it's worth, to the new guy having the bad trip, I have Mark of Favor Baron Samdi, so all of
Oh,
See this.
it is manifesting.
oh.
What is that?
So I am marked and have visual representations of a specific deity on my personage. That deity is Baron Samdi, the Loa of the dead
Okay.
and the proprietor of the crossroads.
Okay.
I will actually show you what my marker favor is as well. Let me just get this image up for you.
It is
Cool.
You can see that.
he is the essential voodoo god of the dead that
Nice.
modern society plays, and he is sitting there surrounded by people inebriated and just basking in it as his face slowly turns to a skull.
When you look over at Callie, her face becomes this dead ruin covered in ruins. My macro favor is for Hel, which is the Nordic goddess of the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel this dead, chill air almost surround you as you see Callie's face and entire body just go like corpse-like on her left side. Her hair even
Okay.
goes black as she kind of just blinks, and it's got this primordial wave coming towards you as she kind of sits in the center of all this. You know, you seem to be almost like you even feel the room around you beginning to get colder. It's almost like you're on the plane of her itself. It's like horrifying. You know, you can't even probably take a step back as well, just in sheer like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, so I posted something on the general chat. That's what all of you look like to me as well.
Cool.
So yeah, needless to say, shit's fucked up.
Yup.
So how is he reacting?
Oh man, he's just sitting like staring at you guys with just a horrified look. He has no words that he can exclaim. It's like internal shrieking, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've been there. You're so stiff that everything, even breathing, hurts.
But like locked up?
Yeah. He's just sitting there petrified in stone, basically. His body can't react. So who's got that timer for when it's over? Shit.
Oh, it's still going, son.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
just
no.
now starting to kick. You're in
Nice.
for a long ride.
Nice.
So
So Collins,
for
the
go ahead.
decayed man, is laying in the big pile of pillows, and he is. You don't know where the cigar came from, but he is now smoking a cigar, and he is petting both Kali and Morgan at whatever the most inoffensive and lazily reachable locations are. If it's a thigh, if it's the face, it's the top of the head, the arm, whatever, where he doesn't really have to move his arms. And he is basking in this moment.
I mean, like I said before, at this point Morgan has draped out, so she's like laying across the lap, but still, enough so that her head is planted down in the pillows. But yeah, she's just draped out, arms over her head, and yeah, she's just pitching along for the ride. She is fucking, yeah, she going. The one eye that's visible is like huge and dilated, wild as fuck.
I need to hang out with Team Pagan more.
I don't know. Do you?
Yep, I do. The judges say this is yep. The jury has submitted its verdict. They all think the same. More hanging out with Team Pagan. More.
Oh,
Though I do nod solemnly. I am the jury.
I don't know if that was just me, but you lagged out for a hot second.
yeah, it was me too.
Yep.
It was me too.
Oh, Lottie, when he says that, Lottie will nod solemnly, like, I am a peer. This is the jury. I concur.
I wonder how
Use
do
her
I
vape
look?
and kind of knock it on the wood.
And he kind of scrambles for his bag and starts searching for it. Now, tell me, under the influence of this, how I look if I, and he pulls his head into the backpack and emerge looking something like that. How I look with mask on?
You look like a guy with his head in a sock.
Excellent. Excellent, I say. And he drapes over back again.
Yeah, Morgan's like one eye kind of rolls over towards the motion. You can see like there's some response as far as like the pupil dilates. It actually goes pinpoint for about half a second, then dilates again widely.
When
And
you
she
kind
just-
of look at the mask, you can see that the what seems to be a skull in there, it blinks in and blinks out in different patterns.
I mean, she's having a hell of a trip. She sees all sorts of crazy shit. Whatever
It's
it
a-
is, like the one I goes,
skull.
it dilates broadly, and she starts yet again. That grin just grows until it's like, I swear to God, no human should have canines like this.
Nope.
And she just starts kind of weakly laughing, almost like it's there's some
Callie-
sort of in joke going on.
That technologic face.
Callie literally coils herself into like a ball, crossing her legs, like coming like arching up, very serpentine, and would begin to sing. And she's a very, very good voice, but it's this deep Nordic language as she's singing, staring out at everything. For the man who botched, that sounds like this demonic screech. It's almost as if the figure you see what Callie actually looks like in terms of her mark of favor is like summoning hordes of dead around you, essentially. Out into the underworld, almost. You can feel it.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. He's tormented.
Mordecai gonna be sore after this from the muscle lockup alone. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. He's gonna go home and just go like straight to bed.
But for everyone else, it almost adds to the effect. Like you can see her singing, but you almost feel like the vocal tone almost comes out of you like in a wave. You can almost zoom in on her neck and see the bits in her throat beginning to move.
Oh, this is so good.
For Kevin, she's just singing. It's a nice song. It's pretty eerie in the Nordic language, but it's nice.
Kevin's had a heck of a time watching everyone else go into varying states of completely fucked up.
Stupor. The word you're looking for is stupor.
Like everyone else is having this amazing journey, but all Kevin sees is a bunch of people lulled the fuck out on these pillows. Poor Edward over there, locked up, stiff as a board, and Callie's singing, and he just drinks his milk.
Watching everybody.
Hey, don't
Remember
forget,
it, Dream.
Collins is chill as fuck. Collins is basking.
Yeah? Collins is slightly less sober than Kevin, but far more sober than everybody else.
No, honey, I only had 2 drinks.
Yeah, but one of them was.
Yeah, you have a point there.
Fuck up.
Keep going on.
Callie proceeds to wander around the table, licking everyone's face.
Not mine. You will lick the mask.
Lottie tastes like apples and bowling ball polish, so
Nope.
have fun
Nope.
with that.
Keep that in your head. Mm-hmm. Keep that tongue in your head.
It slithers out like.
That's more than enough of that. Mm-hmm. Like leans back awkwardly.
But you're.
Colin
But you're-
just smiles.
you're-
He laughs, actually. He starts to smile, he tries to contain it, and then just this boisterous, haughty southern laugh.
But your cheekbones are so defined and perfect. I can see the intricacies.
I appreciate that, but we're not doing face licking today.
But it's Thursday. Thursday's face-licking day.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
for me. I tell you what, if come tomorrow or a few hours from now you find yourself sober and you are still determined to lick my face, we will talk.
Slithers back down. All Colin sees is the eyes go under the table, still staring at him.
For what it's worth, when
Pet,
she gets
pet,
to
pet.
Morgan, I'm just gonna summarize and Morgan's into it.
Oh,
I'm
Nelle.
gonna leave out the details.
Glasper will just turn. Look at this. Huh. I need to put a camera on the mask. And then flops to the other side.
Then Callie goes and sits under the table in the dark.
Pets, Collie.
How much more of this?
Oh, you got probably, looks at his watch, another 5.5 hours, give or take.
Yay!
So find yourself a comfy spot. Get yourself some headphones. Listen to the good music. And just enjoy your ride.
Yeah. Also known as incoherency. Incoherency.
Pats his face. He's still alive.
Yep, he's still alive. And when you go really close to him, you listen. 011001101. He's speaking in binary. He's communing with the great motherboard in heaven.
Well, I think we've lost the ability to meaningfully communicate, so this might be a good time to hit the button.
Yeah.
I think that is a good plan. So as this lovely group of people descend into all sides, all manner of inappropriate behavior and drug abuse, we shall call it a scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Enjoy the debauchery.